Hi, Gemma here from Calligraphy Gems. I'm a modern calligrapher and today I'm going to be showing you my calligraphy book collection. I taught myself modern calligraphy using a range of books, YouTube videos and just picking up stuff from within the community. Books were my starting point for learning modern calligraphy. I didn't really know anything about the different types of calligraphy, but when I went shopping I was drawn to a modern calligraphy book and here we are today. As a stationery addict, it's very tempting to want to buy a ton of calligraphy related books, but books aren't cheap, so I ensure that they actually serve a purpose to me and that I'm actually likely to use them. That's why I only have 4 in my collection and not a whole stack of them, as a lot of calligraphy books tend to cover the same contents, but the 4 I'm going to show you today each have something different to offer. I'm going to break down what's covered in each of these books, my review of them and who I would recommend them to. First up is my very first insight into modern calligraphy. This book is simply titled Modern Calligraphy and it's by Lucy Edmonds. The strapline is a step-by-step guide to mastering the art of creativity. It's been years since I've picked up this book, so I don't remember that much about the content. I do remember, however, that this was my first introduction to the basic strokes and I went on to practice the alphabets. Looking back through this book in prep for this video, I was actually surprised to see that there were projects in the book. I don't remember that, so I think I'll be revisiting this book later. I was drawn to the bouncy modern calligraphy style shown on the fronts. I liked the fact that it was clearly aimed at beginners. This book covers calligraphy tools with a particular focus on dip pens, though it does cover brush calligraphy too. How to hold your brush pen, a few strokes, the alphabets, slightly touches upon style, tips for practicing, faux calligraphy, and a few project ideas. And now for my review. I'm very drawn to colour and all of the pages in this book are monochrome. I personally find myself more drawn to pick up a book if it's eye-catching and very visually pleasing. It's also quite text heavy. I think there are a lot of helpful tips and insights for beginners, but when it's so text heavy and there's a lack of colour, I think it's easy to want to skim over the content rather than to absorb it. If you like the style of calligraphy on the front, then you'll enjoy the exercises within this book. Who would I recommend this book to? I'd recommend this book to upcoming brides that want to do their own wedding calligraphy because it has a more formal wedding-esque feel and the projects in the back include envelopes and menus, for example. Moving on to the second book in this list, and that is Lettering with Purpose by Brittany Louise. The tagline on the front is creative techniques and prompts for making meaningful, inspirational and hand lettering art. This book covers calligraphy tools with more of a focus on brush calligraphy, a few fun alphabet styles, how to digitize your calligraphy, simple doodles such as florals and banners, flourishing basics, composition tips, some project ideas, some unique lettering styles such as plaid and galaxy, finally a whole bunch of prompts to help you create. Why I was drawn to this book. I was drawn to this book because of the focus on brush calligraphy and the style was definitely funner and freer. I love that there was a mixture of things in this book, including doodle ideas, which I've usually been hopeless with. This book is fantastic. It really does cover everything I think a beginner needs, and then it actually takes you a bit beyond that point by introducing style ideas, composition tips, and doodles that you can incorporate. I'd recommend this book to those that are just starting out, who like the fun style of calligraphy shown in the book and want to learn the fundamentals and then some. Next up is The Little Book of Calming Calligraphy by Kirsten Burke, who is a very prominent calligrapher in the UK. This is the same calligrapher that started the UK's first modern lettering magazine. The strapline for this one is 15 minutes of mindful calligraphy a day to help keep your worries at bay. This book covers a brief look at calligraphy tools, how to position your page, warm-up exercises, quote practice, flourishing practice but in the shape of an object such as flowers or umbrellas, and then there's some hints and tips in there too. I was drawn to this book because of its unique portable size and I loved the concept of the book and I thought it would be a great way for me to practice. I think this is an amazing book that really provides value for money. I love that above each exercise it states an estimated time to complete it and that on some of the exercises it also offers stretch challenges. I also love the drawings that have been turned into flourishing practice. I think it's just a really unique book all round. I'm also someone that gets stuck on what to write when I want some calligraphy practice, so this removes that problem for me. It's also a great way to unwind in the evenings. I'd recommend this book to those that have already got to grips with the basics of calligraphy and just want an excuse to practice or relax with calligraphy. On to the final book of this video, and it's A Year in Calligraphy, another book by Kirsten Burke. The strapline for this book is an inspirational monthly journal and workbook to develop your creative calligraphy throughout the seasons. It was the colourful cover that caught my eye, but I was feeling a little bit restless in my calligraphy journey and wanted something new to try out. This book covers a quick recap of the basics, a project idea per month, skills you need each month to create the project such as composition, blending and writing on curved surfaces. It also includes some blank templates in the back such as gift tags that you can pull out of the book, and it also includes a journal log at the end of each month. I've really been enjoying this book this year. I love the month by month format as it gives me something fun to look forward to each month. I like the fact that it goes into detail about the relevant skill for each project. The only thing I don't really make use of is the journal at the back of each month, and I would say the only limitation of this book is that you may have to get additional resources to complete some of the projects. But I expect that a lot of people that use this book will have a lot of the supplies already. It will just be on the occasional project where they may have to buy extra items. Overall, I really like this book. The structure definitely works for me personally. I think if it had been a book of 12 project ideas but without the monthly structure, I definitely wouldn't have been as involved as I have been with it this year. I like the feeling of having a new project each month. I'd recommend this book to intermediate calligraphers who want some fun ideas to put their calligraphy to use. I'd be interested to know which calligraphy books you have. Are there any you would recommend? Are there any you feel that I am missing in my collection that you think I would enjoy? Let me know it down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing for future calligraphy content, and thank you for watching.